Hello everybody, welcome to Oxford News This Week. I'm Terry Stiles with my co-host again this week, Jim Hughes.
Thank you.
And in this week's news, behind the ballot for the primary election, local freebies for fighting mosquitoes and marijuana poisoning, and in our last story, a brand new shop for a summer treat. So sit back, stay tuned, because you're watching Oxford News This Week. The early voting period for the August 6th primary election begins next week, and Oxford's voters have multiple decisions to make. There's one proposal on the primary ballot, a millage for providing funding for Oakland County Sheriff's Office policing services, and that's the Oxford Sheriff Office. The funding comes through an increase on the lax limitations on taxable property of up to $4.25 per every $1,000 of taxable value. This would mean that a property with taxable value of $100,000 would owe $425 every year to fund police services. The last police operating millage was approved in 2020 and expires in December of this year. The new millage would increase the amount Oxford residents pay for the services about 8.5%. Property in the Village of Oxford is not subject to this millage because of the existing Oxford Police Department Village millage. The Oxford Township residents will also vote on the Board of Trustees, where 7 seats are up for election. The township supervisor, clerk, and treasurer run uncontested, but in the race for trustee, 6 candidates have filed for 4 open seats. To view a sample of a ballot for any precinct in Oxford Township, or for more information about the clerks and polling practices, visit the Michigan Voter Information Center on the web. Jim?
Oxford High School has found a new principal in Shane Malquist, the former principal of Lincoln Senior High School in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Through his educational career, Malquist has served as a teacher, assistant principal, director, and high school principal. Malquist achieved his master's degree in education from the New York University in 2008, a doctorate degree in educational leadership and administration from Central Michigan University in 2019. He has also a background in a variety of programs, including career, technical education, and early college. The Oxford Community Schools Facebook page states that Malquist is skilled in implementing multi-tiered systems of support at the secondary level. The page also indicates that throughout his interviews, he has expressed his commitment to setting high expectations, student achievement, while prioritizing the wellness of both staff and students. He will officially begin his role on July 29th, and that will be the first day of school in this community is August 22nd. Terry.
The North Oakland Community Coalition is hosting a marijuana lockbox distribution event to help combat marijuana poisoning. Protect It, Protect Them is the name of the event, set to take place at Oxford Village Police Department on Wednesday, July 24th. Marijuana lockboxes will be free for members of the Oxford and Lake Orion communities. The North Oakland Community Coalition stated that the best way to reduce the risk of small children and animals suffering marijuana poisoning is to safely store marijuana and prescription meds in locked containers. The NOCC also writes that locking up marijuana also keeps it out of the hands of underage users and reduces the risk of theft. The locked boxes can also be used to safely store prescription meds. The July 24th distribution event runs from 4:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. It will be a drive-up event, and community members must provide their name to receive a lockbox. Good idea. Jim?
The Oxford Township Hall is now offering free mosquito control dunks thanks to the funding from the Oakland County West Nile Virus Fund Program. The program reimburses townships and villages and cities for expenses in connection with the mosquito protection and control activities. Oxford Township and village residents can pick up free packages of slow-release larvicide on the first-come, first-served basis. Larvicides are designed to kill mosquitoes while they are in the larvae stage and their larvae cycle, which occurs in standing water, so mosquito dunks are designed to be used in standing water. Examples include ponds, bird baths, flower pots, tree holes, rain gutters, and any other place where water may collect and remains there for a period of time. Each of the the briquettes of dunks kills mosquitoes larvae for well up to 30 days or more and can treat up to 100 square feet of standing water. Residents can pick up the mosquito dunks between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Walk-ins are definitely walk-ins only. For more information, please contact Treasurer Joe Ferrari by calling 248-628-9787. I think we're going to have to get Joe a big M with him. He's the mosquito guy. Terry?
Well, summer is the season of construction for many areas of Oakland County, including here in Oxford. Last week, the Oxford-Myers Southern Driveway on M24 was closed to motorists for 2 days as the township worked on installing a new sanitary sewer line. The line is 18 inches in diameter and will run along the east side of M24 between Harriet Street and the entrance to Stony Lake Township Park, and along the west side of M24 between Park Entrance and Dunlap Road. Although the current projects headed by the Road Commission for Oakland County do not extend into Oxford Township, they may be impacting several travel times between the surrounding areas. For motorists heading into parts of Lake Orion, the closure of the Baldwin and Clarkston Road intersection can be monitored on the Road Commission website. It is the only current project with a live camera link. To get that live alert of the local construction updates, visit rcocweb.org. Jim?
In a story that hits close to home, the last of 9 victims injured in the Rochester Hills splash pad shooting has gone home. The Oakland County Sheriff's Department broke the news in a release this past Friday that the 39-year-old Rochester Hills mother was reunited with her family after her release, 3 weeks after she was shot multiple times while trying to protect her children from the gunman. Her 8-year-old son, who suffered numerous injuries after being shot in the head, was released on the 28th of June, and her 4-year-old son was released following a wound to the thigh. Although the Oakland County Sheriff's Office is not identifying the victims, a GoFundMe previously identified the 3 as members of the Babot family. In the GoFundMe post, the father of the family thanked the first responders, the community for what was said in the outpouring of support and help during the time of crisis. In the release from the sheriff's, Oakland County Sheriff Mike Richard said that while the office incredibly pleased all victims have been released from the hospital, there's still a long road ahead to both physical and psychological healing. Links to the victim recovery fundraising pages that have been verified by the Sheriff's Office, as well as mental health resources, can be found on the Rochester Hills website. Check it out before making any type of donation. Terry?
Well, July is Military Consumer Protection Month, and a recent Better Business Bureau report says that military consumers are significantly more at risk for financial losses. The Better Business Bureau Eastern Michigan and UP Marketing Director Nakia Mills said that the scams related to military service members, their families, and veterans can take on many forms. In a recent BBB Scam Tracker Risk Report, military consumers reported significantly higher median financial losses than non-military consumers. Mills said that the scams that cause some of the financial losses typically aim to take advantage of deployment, relocation, or publicly available information to trick potential victims into giving up their money. These include high-priced military loans and insurance policies, fake or misleading rental properties, and car sales, and fake veterans benefit buyout plans. To avoid falling victim to these scams, the BBB suggests staying wary of unsolicited offers, enhancing computer security and alerts, and to never pay up front for a loan or a grant. For additional resources and information, visit the BBB's Military and Veteran Consumer Information page. Jim?
In our Behind the Lens segment this week, the monkey is looking pretty spiffy. Thanks to the Oxford Downtown Development Authority, Excel Cleaning Brothers, and decade Funky Monkey Toys in downtown Oxford is now squeaky clean. Those bright colors are perfect for the summer, and they've got another one for the 14 marine masterpieces. Took paint at the Clear Lakes by storm on the 4th of July. The group of Oxford Township residents, families, and friends held their 10th annual 4th of July boat parade. The first place winners, the Doyle family SpongeBob SquarePants themed boat, took home the Catherine Ovenshire Trophy, an award named after the Oxford resident who passed away back in 2021 and was very big on that event as well. There's some of the stories in our Behind the Lens. Coming up in our last story, Terry Stiles will have that, and we'll have more on this edition. You're watching Oxford News This Week.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome to this edition of Auto Talk. I'm Dave Kenny, and this story is taken from Automotive News. Subaru is rolling out a completely new Forester as value-conscious Americans embrace smaller, less expensive vehicles. The Forester, with better-than-average ground clearance, competes in what is arguably one of the industry's most competitive segments. Subaru buyers have long coveted the ability to go anywhere. But they increasingly want more creature comforts and connectivity, a major focus of the latest Forester. Subaru overhauled how the Forester is assembled in Japan. Bill Stokes, car line planning manager for the Forester, said Subaru benchmarked the Honda CR-V to improve noise, vibration, and fresh harshness. There are more welds and 3 times more structural adhesive to plug gaps and increase stiffness in areas that can cause squeaks and rattles. One example, there has been a 39% cut in noise attenuation from the roof rail, according to Subaru. Torsional rigidity has been increased 10%, Subaru said, making for a drive that's not only quieter but also more enjoyable, even with mostly carryover glass, although the windshield is thicker. There is more improved sound deadening material in the floor, roof, fenders, and firewall. The 2025 Forester is powered by an updated version of Subaru's 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine. It still gets 180 horsepower and 178 pound-feet of torque. But Subaru said the engine produces more power at lower RPM, making it punchier off the line. Key engine parts have been updated to make it more efficient, reliable, and lighter. On sport trim levels and up, paddle shifters on the wheel allow them to simulate 8 fixed transmission ratios, up from 7 on the outgoing Forester. Other changes include revised tuning to the standard all-wheel drive system for better stability while cornering, and the stop-start system is barely detectable. The Forrester's new electronically assisted steering rack, adapted from the WRX, provides more direct response, natural steering dynamics, and is more comfortable to drive. The dual pinion power steering notably reduces kickback through the wheel over bumps for a smoother ride and that is to say, more stable line through corners. The Forester features an upgraded crash structure to meet future crash tests. For the first time in a Subaru, Emergency Stop Assist activates if the driver becomes unresponsive to warnings while using advanced adaptive cruise control. The new standard safety feature will stop the vehicle, activate the hazard lights, and unlock the doors. Subaru's Starlink connected services will place a call to emergency services. An optional surround view monitor offers a 360-degree overhead view of the vehicle and surroundings. The system combines images from 4 vehicle cameras to create a single image with a bird's eye view of the area around the vehicle. On touring models, the smart rear view mirror provides a clear view behind the vehicle even when cargo or passengers block the back glass. Also optional for the first time on a Subaru, a new kick sensor activated hands-free power rear liftgate enables users to open and close the rear gate automatically simply by placing a foot under the rear bumper cover. And Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard across the board, while navigation, a Wi-Fi hotspot, and wireless phone charging, available for the first time on a Forester, are optional. The next generation Forester receives all new seats with more aggressive thigh and shoulder bolsters to reduce driver movement and fatigue. The new seat and mounting systems are designed to hold the pelvis more securely and reduce head movement, contributing to lower fatigue on long drives. Subaru owners covet roof racks, and roof rails are standard across the Forester lineup for the first time. And the bigger rear cargo area is equipped with new screw-in mounts with heavy-duty utility hooks for securing accessories. And that's it for this edition of Auto Talk. Get me one of those. I'm Dave Kenny. Stay tuned to Oxford Community Television.
Back with you on Oxford News this week. Spring sports season well over and gone. Doesn't stop our Wildcats from being winners. This year, the Oxford varsity baseball team, top 5 academic team in all of Division I. They joined Northville, Livonia, Churchill, East Lansing, Saline as the teams and the coach in the Michigan High School Baseball Coaches Association to qualify for an award. On the top of being part of the top 5 academic team, the student athletes recently earned an All-State Academic Team Award from the Michigan High School Baseball Coaches Association for their academic performance. Not only did they play baseball, but did well in the schoolroom as well. To qualify for the award, teams must have a combined grade point average of 3.0 or better based on a 4.0 scale. Congratulations to the players in their baseball endeavors and their accomplishments again in the classroom. I want to congratulate the Oxford Health Quest 24th Street Tavern senior softball team as they picked up a victory this past week. They took on Bloomfield, and congratulating them. Make sure to watch for senior softball U10, U12, and 14 here on OCTV. Also want to invite you, we made a deal with the USPBL, the 4 teams out of the Mount Clemens area at the Jimmy John Stadium. Those baseball games can actually be seen here live on the weekends on our broadcast on both Saturday and Sunday. That's going to wrap it up in sports. Coming up in our last story today, if you like ice cream, Terry Stiles is going to tell you about that in our last story. Dave Kenny, I know he has another segment, and we'll be back to close it all out. You're watching Oxford News This Week.
When the world's endangered animals need help most, when their lives are at greatest risk, when they would otherwise be lost, the International Fund for Animal Welfare is there, taking action to rescue the animals we love, to protect them and their threatened natural habitats. But the danger to animals the world over is growing, and the need for your help has never been more urgent. On land, you'll help stop poachers from threatening and killing elephants and big cats for the illegal wildlife trade. In the oceans, you'll help rescue dolphins, whales, and seals from deadly hazards. And you'll help rescue, rehabilitate, and release vulnerable animals when disasters strike. Here at home and around the world, we can't do this work without you. See how you can help animals and people thrive together at joinifall.org.
Welcome to Science in the News. I'm Dave Kenny, and this story is taken from New Scientist. A sweetener called xylitol that is commonly used in sugar-free drinks, chewing gum, and toothpaste has been linked to a higher risk of heart attacks and strokes. Often marketed as low-carb, natural, keto-friendly, xylitol is a sugar alcohol that is found in fruits and vegetables, but at about 1,000 times lower levels than those added to commercial products. It can also be artificially prepared via chemical reactions from plant materials. Last year, Stanley Hazen at the Cleveland Clinic in Ohio and his colleagues found that the sweetener erythritol was associated with an increased cardiovascular risk. Wondering if xylitol may also affect heart health, Hazen led an investigation of 3,306 adults in the US and Europe. The researchers analyzed a one-off blood sample from the participants to check their xylitol levels after they had fasted overnight. Over a 3-year follow-up period, the team found that a third of those who had the highest levels of circulating xylitol were more likely to experience a cardiovascular event, such as a heart attack or a stroke. To better understand this trend, the researchers examined the effects of xylitol on human blood cells called platelets in the laboratory and on platelet activity in mice. Platelets cluster together at the site of an injury to prevent bleeding, but they can also clot inside blood vessels. This can affect blood supply to the heart and brain, raising the risk of cardiovascular events. The researchers found that the human platelets showed signs of being more prone to clotting when incubated with xylitol compared with a saline incubation. The mice also had significantly faster clot formation in their veins after receiving xylitol injections. Finally, the team tracked platelet activity in 10 people after giving them water that had been sweetened with the same amount of xylitol. Within 30 minutes, they showed a 1,000-fold jump in levels of xylitol in their blood plasma, and every measure supporting the readiness of platelet clotting increased, especially for those who had the highest levels of xylitol in their blood. This study again shows the immediate need for investigating sugar alcohols and artificial sweeteners, says Hazen. It does not mean throw out your toothpaste if it has xylitol in it, but we should be aware that consumption of a product containing high levels could increase the risk of blood clot-related events. Combined with the previous studies on erythritol, the findings highlight the need for systematic studies into the effects of artificial sweeteners on cardiovascular risks, says Sylvia Radinkovic at the University Medical Center Utrecht in the Netherlands. So watch out. Well, that's it for this edition of Science in the News. I'm Dave Kenny.
When a crisis hits, close to home and across the globe, nonprofits are on the front lines, ready to serve.
Keep coming.
The demand for charitable services has skyrocketed, and nonprofits are rising to meet the needs. Healing, nurturing, rescuing, honoring, protecting. caring, inspiring. The work of philanthropic organizations of all sizes, across all missions, has never been more important. And it's donors and volunteers like you who make all this possible. Thank you. Together, we change the world. The Nonprofit Alliance.
And in our last story this week, scream, I scream, you scream, we all scream for a brand new ice cream store. Downtown Oxford is about to welcome another location for summer sweet treats. Meet Summer Sundays, a family business that came to the Downtown Development Authority with a dream. Part of the Oxford DDA's work includes meeting with potential businesses to help them understand the process of opening doors downtown. The DDA can assist with both financial and networking aspects, including introducing new business owners to contractors, employees at the village office, and the business community. Thanks to some teamwork, Summer Sundays is coming soon to downtown Oxford. Yay! I'm happy to have more ice cream around.
We gotta love ice cream.
You can't have enough.
Especially when it's 85 out.
Yeah, right. Today'd be a good day for it, right?
Exactly, yeah. Well, we always wish any new business that wants to venture out and try to, you know, be part of the community.
Yeah.
In our segment
welcome.
that's never labeled, but what's Terry listening to in the car this week?
I don't even have any news for you this week. So I
You were
ran
what?
out of my one book too fast.
Oh, wow.
The other one that I have on loan, borrowed, I'm waiting for. The person before me is not done yet.
So wait, so you listen to
I have to
traditional
listen
radio?
to music.
Radio.
Well, Pandora.
Oh. Okay.
But I'm taking my grandsons up north this weekend,
Right.
so I found several kids' books that we're going to
that's
listen
gonna
to.
be that's
on
going
the
to
way
be a
up north.
blast.
Well, they're 9 and 7, so they'll be kind of fun. They're adventure stories, so we'll enjoy
You know what?
it.
I'm going to be honest with you. What they're going to have is their own little personal listening device. And it'll be like, Aunt Terry, can you possibly, or
Lula,
Grandma Terry.
they call me Lula.
Lula, can we possibly shut that down? I got my yeah.
That's
what's
probably
going to happen.
gonna
You went out of
happen.
your way. You went
And
out
I'm
of
going to have a hard time getting them off their screens all weekend.
Yeah.
I have a hotel right on the beach. For them, there's a pool in the hotel, and you watch, they're going to want to play games.
Well, right. With James and Blake, I took them when they were little guys down to whitewater rafting. And the rule is they could use their devices all the way down. It got put away when we went to the campsite.
Okay, I'm going to use that rule.
Right,
I'm going to
so
say,
they
Uncle
get it out of
Jim's
your
rule
system. Yeah.
is.
Get it out of your system before we hit the campsite.
Okay, that's a good idea.
There you go.
So,
I think,
it's gonna be a good
anyways,
weekend.
good luck for the upcoming week up north.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to say, anybody?
No, I just want people to stay safe. I know we've had a lot of traffic issues around the area,
Right.
and boy, I've seen more ambulances than I've seen in a long time. So please stay safe out there.
Watch the bikers out there making the trip up here today to the studio. It was, thank God the guy got up. It was Walden and Joslin, I think that was the
gosh.
road. And he had kind of taken a tumble there, and the cars all stopped. Oakland County was there, so
Oh, my
he's
gosh.
okay. But I'm just saying, watch for bikes out there. It's summer. The little guys, they don't watch when they're going across the street sometimes. So.
Right, yeah.
Anyways, OCTV can be viewed by Spectrum Charter Channel 191, Channel 99 on the HET UVerse system. You can also check us out on YouTube, Smart Stick, Facebook, Rumble, Roku, as well as if you have a show idea, we urge you, and in fact, we implore you. If you want to become a volunteer at OCTV, give our office a call at 248-628-9658. Ask for Terry or even Dave. Very special thank you to our producer, director, Kyle Snage, all the videographers and photos that we do use here. News writer extraordinaire. Oh, yes, she's back from school and back from the big trip, Allison Miller. Also, we'd like to thank programmer Connie Miller and program coordinator, Dan Weiss, station manager, and our anchor, Terry Stiles. We thank her for what she does here as well. For everyone here at OCTV, I'm Jimmy Hughes, hoping you have a safe week. I invite you back next time when, again, we will take a look at Oxford News This Week. Have a great week.
We'll be here.